Hey folks, it's Two Sheds Gabby. I'm going to start on a penny search today. It's Thursday evening. I'm disappointed because I picked up my $50 today. Both boxes were 2023s, so no search for silver this week. It's a shame. When I was at one of my bank branches cashing in some pennies earlier this week, I found a foreign coin from Costa Rica, and I thought it said 1922. I was all excited because that would have been silver, 10, not centaves, but 10 something like that. And I got it home and looked at it, and it was 1972. A little bit of a bummer there. But let's get started on these pennies. I didn't have any weedy enders or anything like that, but hopefully I'll get my 3 pounds of copper like I always look for, and maybe 10 wheat pennies as well. Here's that Costa Rica coin that I found. When I first saw it, I thought it said 22, but it's not. I just trimmed my nail. Bad time to start on a penny search because it's harder to flip them over. If you don't see a kitty anywhere, it's because he's gone again. Well, this is the second row, and I have already found my first Wheatie. That's a pretty good start. I think the first row had 13 copper in it. That's pretty cool. What is that? 1950, Philadelphia. Wheatie number 1. That's cool. Well, folks, here's the deal. We moved here and brought our cat with us. We've been here going on a week now, I guess. And the first night when we let the cat out of the little carrier, he took off and he ran around the property. He was real nervous, and we sat out there with him for a few hours, and he calmed down real well, and seemed like he was doing okay. And we got up the next morning and he wasn't there, and we were pretty bummed and kept watching for him. He didn't show up the next day, but then the next morning there he was again, and we're like, oh, thank goodness. It's so cool he came back. And he stuck around all day. It was an 82. And then the next morning, again, gone. We have seen another cat, another 82, probably when we wasn't looking, came and fed out of his bowl. We didn't actually see him, but my wife saw him pretty close out the back door. Anyway, my mother, who lives next door, another 82, said that she got up, I think it was this morning, might have been yesterday morning, I don't know, but said she saw a cat in the yard, but she doesn't know if it was our cat or not. She didn't get that good of a look. Anyway, we've been watching and calling for him, and we just haven't seen him. So once again, we're fearful that he's not going to come back. Maybe he will. I will let you know, but it's been a few days now, and I haven't seen hide nor hair. A couple of rolls later, and here's my first Canadian copper 12-sided, 1995. 98% copper these guys are. So I was just reading an article today. Copper is the new oil. That's what they're saying. And it is expected to jump soon 50%, which is pretty amazing. Now there's 3 major industries needing more and more copper, and that is the artificial intelligence, the green energy, and military. All of them using more and more and more copper all the time, and the demand is getting bigger and bigger. The very next roll, and here's an older Canadian. This one's a 1962. I think we're down to 2 more loads of stuff from the other house, and we'll have it empty. We still have a considerable amount of stuff in storage, but we're not too concerned about that right now. It can sit there for a few months. But we'll be so glad to be out of that house, and I think we close in like just less than 2 weeks. And they said there's a chance it could close a few days early, which we would be more than happy for that to happen. And then I can turn around and close on the house that I'm buying, which would be great. Get that all done. Then we can take a sigh of relief. We still have a lot to do, but we won't be under the clock, you know. We don't have to have everything done today. And that will be a nice feeling. There's a new restaurant up the road. It's a buffet that's Oriental Mexican. I've never heard of anything like that. And so we're going to go with my mom for lunch tomorrow and see what that's all about. I'll try to get a few pictures while I'm there. 82. This is the 7th roll I'm in, and here is Weedy number 2. Let's see what year we got. It's a nice looking one there. Looks like 57D. Weedy number 2. So I'll finish this article. The 82. The writer said that he's confident that this time is a liftoff for copper. He said he was bullish on the crude oil back in 80 when it went from $20 a barrel to 140. And he said that is what is about to happen, something similar in copper. It's just ready to happen, he said, and that's pretty cool for us who are stacking. We're going to see our value go up considerably when that happens. 82. 10th roll, here is Canadian penny number 3. 1971. From 42 to 77. 79, I'm sorry. They were 3.24 grams. Then from 80 and 81, it dropped down to 2.8 grams. And then from 82 to 96, it dropped down to 2.5 grams. Those are all the copper ones that are 98% copper. The other 2% varied a few times over the years. But the main thing we're interested in is that 98% copper. And even after they got rid of the copper for a few years, they were 98%. Yeah, 98% zinc. But then in 2000, up to 2012, when they quit making the Canadian, they went to 94% still. Hey, Weedy number 3. Cool beans. I like getting 2 keepers in one row. 1946D. Weedy number 3. All right. I've been screenshotting some different photos, but I'll probably pop some of those up tonight. Some of them are funny and some of them are other. I don't know what it's for, but this penny seems to have made it to number 12. So look at this 1979. Pretty nice. Think it's a keeper? I try to put aside the ones that are super, super nice. This one's really close. It's pretty nice there. I see a little scratch along the right side columns. Sure is a good looking coin though. Couple little scratches. Boy, that's nice. I may put this one away. I think this is the 19th roll, and here is wheat penny number 4. It's a 1957D. I'm not quite halfway yet. I'm not feeling real good about the 3 pounds, and I guess I could still get the 10 Wheaties, but we'll see. things change. Well, looky here, folks. It looks like we have ourselves a dime right there. Come on out from under there. It's not silver, but that is dime number 19 this year. Oh, it's stuck in my cornrow hunting. 19. Well, I'm not quite halfway through the box, and looky there. That's wheat penny number 5. Maybe we'll get 10 after all. Who knows? 53D. None of them are old so far. They're all from the 50s, but I'll take them. Have not seen a 2009 yet, this box. Something else I haven't seen for a long time is a proof penny. I've never found many of them, but I have found a few, but I haven't seen one for quite a long time. I'm still a little ways away from being organized in my office is getting pretty comfortable, but I haven't found all the stuff that I need that's still tucked away in boxes. And there's a particular case that I'm looking for. I think it was made for microscope slides or something, but they're really good for holding the 2x2 flips. And I wanted to put my pennies in there. And I was wanting to get them in there, show it to you, but I haven't found it yet. Well, I've gone through 25 rolls, halfway through the box, and it's about 10:30 p.m. I think I'm going to cut it off right there and go put things away and hit the sack and pick back up tomorrow. Hopefully I'll find 5 more wheat pennies. I'm pretty sure I'll get over 2 pounds. I hesitate to say, well, I don't think I'm going to get 3 pounds unless the next half is just way better. But that's the way life goes. We'll see. I'll pick back up tomorrow. So even though we have not seen our kitty, we've been putting out food every day, and every morning the food is gone. So we was hoping it was our kitty showing up at night. This morning we got up and found another cat sleeping on the porch here. A little darker gray cat, and I was hoping to get a shot of him. I just barely opened the door and he took off. He's still pretty skittish. But, we've got food, so if he wants to come around, I guess we'll feed him. Our kitty hasn't shown up for several days now. We're pretty sad. We live in front of, what do you call them? Patio homes. And anyway, there's a lot of little old ladies and little old men, I guess, that live back there. And if our kitty wandered around there, he's a real good-looking cat and pretty friendly now. And so they could well have taken him in. And if that's what happened, that's okay. I won't be upset with that. Anyway, if this cat keeps showing up, we'll keep feeding it and hopefully get friendly with him. Oh, we just brought this beast in and set it up. And so now I'm going to try to get through a few rolls of pennies before we go to lunch. This is the 11th roll in the second half, and I finally come to another wheat penny, not even a Canadian. This is wheat penny number 6. 1946. It's the first one in this box from the 40s. The others are all in the 50s. I continue to torture myself putting stuff up on Facebook Marketplace. Some things I sell and some stuff I just give away. I was like yesterday, I had this TV stand I was giving away. Tons of people wrote about it. I finally got somebody who says, I'm going to be there in 20 minutes, I think they said. I'm okay, great. Never showed up. An hour later, they said, "Oh, sorry, I'll be there in 30 minutes." I was like, "Okay." Never show up. It's like this goes on and on. This is my saga. And so finally last night, I just deleted the listing. And then this morning, I relisted it as a curb alert, and it's sitting out at the end of my driveway. And I said, do not contact me. As long as it's there, it's available. When it's gone, when I notice that it's gone, I'll delete the listing. I've got a retro, great big, oversized oven that the top part, stove part, I mean the burners work, but I think the heating element inside, I think needs to be replaced. Oh, that's another wheat penny. Cool beans. Well, that makes 7. Let's see what we got. 56D. Well, that's nice. So I had, people, I probably had somewhere between 50 and 100 people asking about it. And I can't get people to come and pick them up. They say they'll be there, then they don't show up. Had people 2 or 3 times yesterday. Be there in a little while. Okay, great. Never showed up. So this morning, I took the pending. When people say they're on their way, I'll put pending on it so I can get others to quit writing me. I have weighed a few 83s, but to no avail. Anyway, somebody's supposed to be here in a few minutes. We'll see if it happens or not. Just 7 rows to go after this one, and I found another Wheatie. When I first saw this one, it was all dirty and yucky, kind of like what you're used to seeing with the zincs. And I first thought it was a 97, but I'm glad I took a second look because it's 1947. Whoops, where'd it go? I think it says S. Yeah, the 1947 S. Well, that's Wheatie number 8, so that's how many I got in the last box, and I still got 7 rows to go. You never know. I have real doubts about getting my 3 pounds. I did have a couple rolls that had 15, but then I've had rolls with 5, and I even had one roll that only had 3 copper in it, so that makes it difficult. Oh, I've got somebody here to pick that thing up. Yay. He's actually getting rid of it. I'm so glad. Okay, let's finish up this roll, see if we happen to find something else in it. I think I'm gonna stop after this roll and get myself ready, go meet my mom, go have lunch. I'll get a couple of pictures of what an Oriental Mexican restaurant looks like. And then we'll come back and finish this thing up. I cannot see that. I'm gonna weigh it. It's zinc. Well, my eyes and lighting are not working very well since I've come back in from outside. Do I see another Wheatie? Man, I think I do. Let me get this one looked at. Right there, look at that. Cool, is that 10? I think that, is it 9 or 10? 57D, that's 9. Well, that's cool though. I might actually get my 10 this box. Man, I just got back from eating and I forgot to get a video or pictures. Here's a couple off of the website. Roman's Asian Kitchen, something like that. And here's from outside. Here's wings over a lettuce. How's that sound? It wasn't bad, but it was just two long serving tables, not even that long, with food on it. So for Mexican, Asian buffet cuisine, there was not a lot of variety. They didn't even have like salsa for the Mexican food. They didn't have any Chinese mustard for the Chinese food, which is kind of odd. So it was like a couple of the dishes were good. A lot of it was fair. And it just, was a little bit underwhelming, I guess I'd say. I got full. No problem doing that. Well, with about 6 rolls to go, here is another Canadian copper. I believe that's like the 4th in this box so far. So I think we're at 9 wheat. I hope I get one more. Well, hey folks, I got my 10 wheat pennies. Still 4 rolls to go, and we got Wheatie number 10. 1956D. None of them are super colossal this time, but I've still got my 10. That's fun to find. Yet to see if I get my 3 pounds. Toward the end of the next row, I find my 5th Canadian penny, 1975. Well, at the end of the next row, I find Wheatie number 11. This is a 1949. Ooh, that's pretty rough. 11 Wheaties, that's pretty cool. Not bad, 82. Well, the last couple rolls didn't have anything except a little bit of copper. I have weighed the 82s and added the copper ones in with today's copper. And now for the moment of truth, we're going to see if we hit that 3 pounds or not. We did. Just like 3.1, almost 3.2 ounces. I would say there was quite a few 82s that that were copper, that probably made the difference, because there was a pretty good handful of those. But we hit it. We got 11 wheats, and we got over 3 pounds of copper, 5 or 6 Canadian. Not a outstanding box, but just a good, solid box. So that's cool. I'm pleased. I guess we're going to finish it up here, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you with another one soon.